Wanted to talk about something, and I started making this video like 5 days ago, and then I drafted it because I just felt like I couldn't get my thoughts together correctly. But I recently had a very special experience, and I didn't know if I was going to share it, and I don't think I will share the details of it just because I really do. I know I share a lot of my life on the internet, but I really do try to keep a lot of my grief private. But it goes both ways because I also want to help people, and so I do feel like there's certain things that sometimes I within myself feel called to share. And this is one of those things. So back when I first lost my son, and if you don't know me, my name is Emily, and I lost my son almost 11 months ago to a preventable drowning accident. Something that I was told really early on was that signs are just so real, and to basically ask for signs from my son that passed away. I want to preface this video by saying I'm not a religious person, and sometimes I am scared to say that on the internet because I think especially when you go through loss, it can be really shocking to people that didn't bring you closer to a god or a religion. Me and my husband left the organization that we were a part of 5 years ago at this point, and ever since then I have just never felt aligned with organized religion. But that's just my opinion. I still am a spiritual person. I just am spiritual in other ways outside of organized religion. Without getting too much into it, I will say I've had a lot of people ask has losing your child brought you closer to a religion? Are you going to church? Are you praying? Things like that. And the answer is no. It hasn't brought us any closer to any sort of organized religion, but I do feel like it has made me more spiritual. And I know that might sound confusing to some people, but it just makes sense to us. And one of the ways that I feel like I deeply connect with my son is through signs. And basically the way that I've been doing this, and the way that my husband has been doing it, and I have kind of learned that most people ask for signs, is basically you speak to your loved one that has passed away, and you basically ask them to give you a specific sign. So like I said, I'm not going to share the experience I had the other day just because it's very deeply personal to me and my family, and signs that we feel we get from our son. But it was incredibly special, and within the last 11 months, and this is why I feel really called to share this, have had a really hard time believing in signs. I was scared to ask my son to send me a sign because I was so deeply scared of what if it doesn't happen? Then what? Then how am I gonna feel? But the other day when I had this experience, I was just kind of sitting outside, and I really did feel I could feel my son's presence there. And I've felt this in multiple moments since he passed away. And I've also had multiple signs. I just mentally there was always this second side of me that was but is that a sign? Am I just taking this and telling myself it's a sign to comfort myself? I truly just didn't know. Sat, and I basically asked him to send me a sign. It was very specific, and it was something that I do feel I connect to him with, and it happened. And it happened very quickly, and it was so special, and I kind of just sat there for a while and was wow, I really needed that, and I think he knew that I needed that. I love you guys. I hope you have a good day, and yeah, I just, I always say when I share things like this, I truly just share it in hopes that it will help someone.